بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. This is the revision for final exam, only the choices and the true or false. But remember, your main source is your book, okay? Let's start. The first question, a scientist is testing the effects of fertilizer on plant growth. What is the independent variable? Be careful, independent will be the one the scientists use, which is what? Fertilizer. Okay, the next one, a scientist is testing the effect of fertilizer on plant growth. What is dependent? The dependent will be what the scientist will measure. So the scientist measures what? Plant growth. Okay, so the third question, which of the following conditions is in an organism that's not regulated by homeostasis? Blood sugar regulated, acidity regulated, and temperature regulated. So will be thoughts. Thoughts doesn't regulate with or by homeostasis. Okay, 4. Which of these is not from the type of cytoskeleton? Will be large filament. Large filament is not type of cytoskeleton. The figures below show what? Oh, you have 1, 2, 3. So start from 1, 2, 3. So it is what? Exocytosis. So look at 3. The materials get outside the cell. So it is exocytosis. Okay. Question 6. The figures below show. So 1, 2, 3. Look at it. What happened to the last picture? The materials get inside of the cell. So it is endocytosis. Question 7. Heart muscles have different structure than our muscles due to their what? Different function, different structure due to different functions. Okay. Question 8. How many calories does carbohydrate produce? Carbohydrate produce what? 4 calories. 4 calories per milligram. The process shown below is called what? The process below, this process. This process called what? Glycolysis. This is glycolysis. Okay. Which of the following is a major principle upon which cell theory is based? So cell theory, we have 3 points in cell theory. So which one is correct? Will be all organisms are made up of cells. This is correct. All cells are prokaryotic? No. All cells have chloroplast? No. All cells are eukaryotic cells? No. Okay, question 11. How many calories does lipid produce? Lipid produce what? 9 calories per milligram. So lipid 9, carbohydrate and protein 4. Okay, blank both have their own DNA in ribosomes, so chloroplast and mitochondria. The ones you have to draw, chloroplast and mitochondria. Okay. Which phrase best describes rough ER, rough, not smooth, rough, covered with what? With ribosomes. Why it's rough? It is because it's covered by ribosomes. Which organelles are found in plant cells but not in animal cells? Will be chloroplast. You can see chloroplast in animal cells. Okay, question 15. Which organelles are involved in the processes of endocytosis and exocytosis? Which organelles will be vesicles? You can see vesicles in endocytosis and exocytosis. Which process uses proteins to move molecules against concentration? What do I mean against concentration? It means from low to high. So it will be active transport, and it requires energy, active transport. Facilitated diffusion and osmosis and passive transport, all these 3, they move what? Down concentration gradient, not against. So will be only active is against. Okay, the molecule that crosses the membrane depends on what? Except what? Depend on the following, except it depends on the size, yes. It depends on the concentration, yes. It depends on the polarity, yes. The acidity is not correct. So is asking about what? Except, so will be the acidity. Question 18. This figure on the right shows what? This figure on the right shows facilitated diffusion. Why facilitated diffusion? We have what? We have protein channels, and it goes from high to low. So this is facilitated diffusion. Question 19. Which of the following is the source of energy used in chemosynthesis? Chemo, from its name, chemosynthesis. It uses what? Chemical compounds, not sunlight. The photosynthesis uses sunlight, but the chemosynthesis uses chemical compounds. Okay, the main light-absorbing molecules found in the plant leaves are called what? Chlorophyll. It's very easy. Chlorophyll, light-absorbing molecules. The process on the right called what? This one. Look at the product. We have what? 2 lactic acid, so will be lactic acid fermentation. Okay, lactic acid fermentation. The next one, look at the product. We have alcohol and we have carbon dioxide. So alcohol, so it will be alcoholic fermentation. Okay, this figure on the right shows what? This figure on the right shows what? So it's from high to low, and there is no energy input from the cell, so it will be passive transport. Will be what? Passive transport. Question 24. Which chemical equation best represent the process of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis, be careful. We have 2 equations. We have photosynthesis and we have cellular respiration. So photosynthesis will be C. Carbon dioxide and water will give us glucose and oxygen. Which of the chemical reaction or equation best represent the process of cellular respiration? Will be D. We need what in cellular respiration? It's the opposite. We need glucose and oxygen to give us carbon dioxide and water. Okay. How many calories does protein produce? Protein and carbohydrate will be 4 calories and lipid is 9. So protein 4. 27. Which type of receptor is shown in the diagram on the right? So look at the receptor. Where is it? It is inside the cell. So what do we call? Intracellular receptor. So intracellular. 28. Which type of receptor is shown in the diagram below? So let's see the figure. This one. So where do you see the receptor? On the cell membrane, yeah? So will be membrane receptor. Membrane receptor. 29. Needs oxygen to take place. Which process needs oxygen? Aerobic, not anaerobic, no. Aerobic needs oxygen to take place. So A. 30. Is the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane from an area of higher to an area of lower water concentration. This is the definition of what? Osmosis. The movement of water immediately osmosis. Okay. 31 is a protein that detects a signal molecule and perform an action in response will be receptor. Receptors are protein. Receptors are protein, not ligand. Okay. 32 is all living things and all places are found on Earth will be biosphere. Bio means living things. Sphere means the places that they live. 33 is the movement of molecules across a cell membrane without energy input from the cell. Without energy will be passive, not active, passive transport. Is all the chemical processes that build up or break down materials? Chemical processes, metabolism. Breakdown and build up materials. 35 is a lower energy molecule that can be converted into ATP will be ADP. ADP converted into ATP, and which is lower energy molecule. Okay, we finished from the choices. Let's come to true or false. Write true or false next to each sentence. Biodiversity decreases in the equator of the Earth than in the pole? No. Biodiversity decreases in the equator? No, it's not correct. Biodiversity increases in the equator? Yes, this is correct. Okay, question 3. Unlike passive transport, active transport requires energy? Yes, active transport requires energy, and it's unlike passive. Passive transport doesn't require. Okay, 4, like passive transport, active transport doesn't require energy. No, false. Active transport requires energy and passive transport doesn't require energy. Question 5. Robert Hooke observed, it's not a Robert Hooke, observed that cork is made up of tiny hollow compartments? Yes, it was Robert Hooke, yes. Leeuwenhoek observed the cork is made of tiny hollow compartments? No, it's not Leeuwenhoek. Okay, question 7. Carbohydrates provide more ATP than lipid? No, carbohydrates, if you remember, it gives us 4 calories and lipid give us 9 calories. So the calories is just like ATP. More calories, more ATP. So carbohydrate provides more ATP than lipid? No, false. Carbohydrates provide less ATP than lipid? Yes, carbohydrate less ATPs than lipid. Okay, carbohydrate is strengthening the cell membrane? No, carbohydrate doesn't strengthen the cell membrane. Carbohydrates distinguish one type of cell from other? Yes, this is correct. Question 11. The conditions outside the body are always the same. Is that correct? Outside the body is always the same? No, of course, the environment will change. Sometimes hot, sometimes cold, so it's not the same. But the condition inside the body very changing, inside our body. The temperature is always changing? No, of course, this is not correct. 12. The condition outside always very changing? Yes. And inside the same, generally the same? Yes, because inside our body, the temperature is always what? Around 37 degrees. Okay, question 13. Cellular respiration is an anaerobic? It doesn't require oxygen? No, this is not correct. Cellular respiration, it requires oxygen. So it is aerobic, not anaerobic. It is aerobic process. Be careful. Question 15. Egyptian civilization practiced mummification of famous people? Yes, Egyptian civilization, they practice mummification. Okay, question 16. Asian civilizations practiced mummification of famous people? No, not Asian. Asian, they use herbal medicine in the ancient. Okay, thank you so much for watching our video. This is the end of our revision. Bye, good luck.